Alright guys, we're getting back to that Incredible Hulk catch up, and we start with our first issue of the Immortal Hulk. Now, what I will say guys, this is a long series, it's like 50 issues, so I am trimming the fat, but I will give you everything you need to know to basically follow the story. So, the only real things that I will be covering in this story at length are like the fights and just like the really important detailed parts you need to know. But with that being said, this story opens up with a robbery, man. Bruce Banner finds himself in the middle of a robbery in which this little girl gets shot. And Banner's looking at the shooter like, oh boy, you done messed up. Unfortunately, Banner also catches one to the dome. But this story ain't called the Immortal Hulk for no reason. So they take him to the morgue. But see, the thing about the Immortal Hulk, the night is his time. And so as soon as the sun goes down, Banner starts transforming. And he ends up catching back up with the dude and his other homies that sent him to do the robbery in the first place. And guys, when I tell you this some real horror movie type ish, dude's hands just bust through the walls, nothing but gunshots. The one guy who actually shot Banner ran about the house. Everybody starts screaming, then everything get quiet. And bro outside like, guys. But that's when the dude turns around and comes face to face with the Immortal Hulk. And he's just like, what's up, man? Sandra Ann Brockhurst was her name. She was 12. Bet you feel real good. Bet you felt real powerful with that gun in your hand, man. And dude was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I was just trying to, they were extorting me for money. And Hulk was just like, yeah, I mean, I don't care. You had power and you chose to wield it like a douchebag. I'm gonna show you what it means to wield power like a douchebag. Good sir. You're about to find out what time it is. And well, as you can imagine, bro was absolutely horrified, so he starts shooting at the Hulk. But I mean, he is the Hulk, so the bullets just start pinging off his chest. And he leans in real close to Buddy. And he asks dude, hey man, you wanna know how I found you? It's cause ever since you pulled that trigger, you've been lying to yourself. And I can smell a liar. Dude's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't want this. I just made a mistake. Haven't you ever made a mistake? Please. I'm not a bad guy, am I? And that's when the Hulk leans down real close like, what do you think? And the screen go black. He had to show that man what time it is. Well, the next time we actually see that guy, he's outside of a hospital with literally every single bone in his body broken. Because this Hulk don't play. This Hulk malicious, and he is ready to mess people up or kill them if he needs to, which was one of the first times we had ever seen a Hulk do that in comics. But after finding this guy at the hospital, this reporter named Jackie McGee starts getting on the case. See, Gloria, this woman right here was just like, bro, this is weird, man. This seemed like some real Hulkish behavior. And Jackie was like, nah, man, Banner is dead. Ain't nobody seen him since that whole Civil War II thing. Gloria just tells her, I mean, that might be true, but how else could you explain any of this? So it really intrigues Jackie, so she starts getting on the case. And she's going around town interviewing different people about different things. Because there have been more sightings, if you could say. So she interviews like a priest, an old lady, and somebody else because this whole thing went down with this dude. Now, pretty much something happened with his girlfriend to the point where she just started going crazy, so he had to tie her up. And he's going to look for help for her because she is, for the most part, possessed. So he goes to the one place that he figured could deal with possession, being a church. Unfortunately for him, the Hulk won't fall behind. So Jackie is pretty much getting pieces of this story from different perspectives, you could say. But all in all, what happens is this guy tries to punch the Hulk. The Hulk breaks one of his hands, so he shoots the Hulk in the chest. And, well, I mean, it blows a hole right through him. But that's when the priest was saying, dude, this guy had to be the devil because I thought he was going to drop after that kid shot that hole in him. Nah, he didn't. That hole just closed right on up like it had never been there. And well, that kid found out what time it is. But the most upsetting thing was that kid wasn't even crazy because when they went back to the place that he was begging us to go to, he found his girlfriend with her head turned completely around with the words "green door" written on a wall. Apparently she had been rambling about something called the Below Place. And what's even more upsetting is after they took the kid in and found out that his girl did that. He ended up doing it to himself in jail. He didn't want to live without her.